Right now we have a special guest courtesy of our friends over at Visit Carson Valley. We have Rylan Lund with the Eye of Rye Photography. Welcome.
Thank you.
You know, you were in the studio about a year ago and I had an opportunity to speak with you. Your work, people think photography, however, you take photography to another level. Let's talk about that.
Yes, it's very different than traditional photography in terms of it's not digital. There's no Photoshop, there's no editing. Everything is handmade, hand done, just like they did back in the late 1800s. This process was invented about 1851. So I hand mix just from traditional recipes, all my own chemistry, pour on metal plates and create a base layer. I go all the way into the dark room to prep the plate for it to be light sensitive. I'm shooting with a large format camera, a 10 by 10 camera. And when the light hits that plate, it basically has a chemical reaction. I develop it by hand and fix it, and you get to watch a lot of the process when you come in and see me. And after I even varnish these plates, they will literally live hundreds of years. So they're very similar to a lot of the tintype photography you might find in like an antique store or vintage shop or something like that. So they're truly one of a kinds. They're one-offs, which make them really, really special.
Now tell us about your location where your studio is.
I'm in downtown Gardnerville, and I'm also open for the wine walk starting in May for the next 6 months. And so all of my information is listed on my website as well, but I'm right in the heart of downtown at 1451, 395.
Now, these particular photos, I know we chatted last year. It's been an entire year since we chatted, but you have such a unique specialty Photoshop. What are some of the most favorite photos that you have taken?
Gosh, that's a toughie. I think, you know, probably one off right off the bat is McAvoy Lane,
Oh,
who
yeah.
man, the community knows around here for decades, who embodies Mark Twain. And he, came into my studio. I had the privilege to get to know him, and so a lot of the times it doesn't matter if you're famous or anywhere in between. To be able to talk to people, this process really allows more time, and you get to have a more personal experience. So I think McAvoy as well, such a gentleman, just to be able to share stories, share some of his life, and then, really capture him and embody him in book and his decades of putting in as the embodiment of Mark Twain is probably one of, off the top of my head, but one of my favorites.
Now, the other thing that I noticed, and we discussed last year when you were in the studio, is this makes an excellent gift. So, for instance, for the wedding couple or someone with a new child or grandchild, these will last a lifetime. And with
Yes,
that, they do make excellent gifts. Let's talk about
for
gifting.
sure. Definitely. I mean, people that want to come in and have an experience, that's probably my favorite way to work. Whether you have a new baby, you just got married, you're getting engaged. But I can also turn existing photos into tintypes as well. So if you have a photo from your wedding day, a couple of photos are a favorite, I can actually turn those into a tangible tintype for you to keep forever, to pass down for generations or through your family. I can also do prints from them as well, but you'll only ever have the one off. And so, but yeah, there's multiple ways to work, whether it's in my studio or getting creative outside like that.
All right, Rylan, thank you so much for joining us, folks. Make sure that you visit her website at theeyeofrye.com. Rylan, thanks again. We look forward to
Thank
speaking
you.
to you in the future.